So since you guys loved the last video so much, I decided the best course of action was obviously just to procrastinate approximately a month before uploading another one. And this was for two main reasons. One is to build up obviously suspense, and the other one is because I'm lazy, which is fine because half of my fans do just straight up outright admit their simpness, so we should be all good there. And if you are one of those simps, just keep in mind that I do have a Discord server, and I kind of put the skeleton dude in charge, which is honestly just suiting based upon how dead the chat is all the time. If we could change that, that'd be cool. Link below. So in the previous educational video, we learned a few key concepts. Wood is king, pigs are useless, and pretty much everything in this world will eat you. Of course, that's only if you let them. To help with that, I'd recommend making a shield. Now, this shield will not only help you withstand attacks from monsters at night, but also attacks from your ex when they're feeling a little lonely. They should just bounce right off of it. And no matter what, always remember, thou who doesn't play the craft mustn't get the shaft. So once you get your shield, you're going to want to put everything besides your shield, armor, tools, and some food into the chest. You're going to be going into the nether. I'd recommend bringing your flint and steel with you, as well as a stack or two of cobble. Once you get in the nether, you're going to want to hide the nether portal like you're trying to hide the fact from your parents that you were up at 11 p.m. last night playing video games on a school night. So basically, hide it very good. If a gas blast hits the portal, it will go out, and you will be stranded. You ever seen Castaway? Yeah, don't let that be you. Now, you aren't going for anything crazy. Just some quartz, possibly soul sand, and nether warts. If you happen to find a nether fortress, I'd recommend waiting till later to raid it. Nether quartz looks the same as netherrack, except it's white. Get a decent amount and leave when you have it. There's no need to risk everything you have. Once you're back in the overworld, however, go ahead and clean out your inventory. If you have a decent amount of redstone, go ahead and pull that out now. And if you don't, go back to the mine and get some. I'd recommend getting at least a couple of stacks. What you're going to be doing now is putting in a farm made by a relatively dashing looking hooded individual into your world. And that is an automatic 2-in-1 cow and chicken farm. Now the link to the tutorial will be in the description below or on screen now, and this is for Bedrock Edition only, and if you are on Java, you got mumbo jumbo. Alright, so now that you have focused all your time and priorities onto getting a stable food source in Minecraft instead of a stable source of income in real life, it's time to focus on a sugarcane farm. Sugarcane can be planted on sand or dirt and must be by a water source or some kind of flowing water block. Now the best way to harvest sugarcane is through strategically placed water sources or even some redstone. However, I personally just enjoy living off the land and making a mile-long line of sugarcane on the river. Now, depending on the method chosen, getting enough sugarcane for 15 bookshelves will either be short and sweet or will more mimic your mood when writing an English paper. Long and dreadful. Now, while waiting for your sugarcane to grow, continue breeding your cows to obtain leather and see if you can find any out in the wilderness to speed up the process. You can use leather to make books, which you need for your enchantment room. Now, while your sugarcane is growing, it's time to go mining for diamonds. If you are on Bedrock Edition, be sure to keep your sugarcane farm within the limits of your simulation distance. When you do find diamonds, you are not going to be mining them. Instead, write down the coordinates while the enchantment room is still being built. And only after you enchant your current diamond pickaxe with Fortune 3 will you mine the diamonds. During this time, also look for lapis, as it is a required microtransaction when enchanting. Now, once you have been mining for a little while and mark down any diamond coordinates, go ahead and head back up and harvest that mile-long line that is your sugarcane farm. Now, go ahead and plant more if you think that's best, or you can just go ahead and make it into paper and books now. Go ahead and repeat this process until you have 15 bookshelves. Now, just a quick side note, if you do get bored looking for diamonds, a few other things you could do is always just clean your room, or you could always go to that online class that you're skipping right now. So once you have your bookshelves, place them as such. Place your enchantment table in the middle. My method of getting Fortune 3 is simple. Keep cycling on old tools/books until you get the enchant that you want. You can do this method for all future enchantments as well. Then grind to level 30 and get Fortune 3. Once acquired, go retrieve your found diamonds with the pickaxe. Once you have retrieved the diamonds, you can choose to either make full unenchanted gear now, or wait until you have the ability to enchant it so that it never breaks. So if you've been playing Minecraft for a while now, you know that there is one mob in the game that just somehow always does the exact opposite of what you want. And that's the villager. So the next thing we're going to be doing is making a villager breeder. Now, if you happen to be near a village, then great. Otherwise, you're going to need to wait until the creepy creatures of the dark come back out, find 2 zombie villagers, go back to the nether and kill blazes for a potion of weakness and brewing stand, and get 2 golden apples. or you could simply just find a village. If you do have a hard time finding villagers, however, an easy trick I have always found is to just type /game mode 1 and spawn one in yourself. Once you have located a village, you have two methods of transport: boat or minecart. Boating is the cheapest way, however, rowing across land is slow, and you'll just need to keep an eye out for Phil Swift and make sure that he doesn't saw your boat. The best way to get over ledges is by using a piston and pushing the suspect up high enough. Once you do this, you can just bull over to the top and continue rowing back to Alpha Base 1. Now the other method is rails, and without an iron farm, that is just going to be expensive, so I'd recommend just using a boat. Once you get back to base, you're going to be making a villager breeder. Now the amount of baby villagers that can come out of the villager breeder depends on the number of valid beds. If a villager is willing, villagers breed as long as there are unclaimed beds available within the limits of the village. Example, Sally has 3 beds and 2 villagers. The 2 adult villagers take up 2 beds, leaving 1 open bed for a baby. Sally can receive 1 baby villager at a time. Increasing the beds will increase the amount of baby villagers allowed to be bred. Villagers can become willing by having either 3 bread, 12 carrots, 12 potatoes, or 12 beetroots in their inventory slots, or you can simply just give them a lifetime supply of dominoes. Villagers have 8 inventory slots total. All baby villagers are initially unemployed. I will leave a link to my villager breeder design for Bedrock Edition, which goes fairly in depth on the mechanics villagers follow, but be warned, my energy level is that of a hamster on a wheel in this video. Once you get your villager breeder made, make sure to begin the breeding process by throwing some food in for them. If you're interested about what villagers are used for, it's simple. Crop farms, iron farms, trading, and are sometimes used in anger management courses. For now, however, you are just breeding for trading. To be more specific, you're going to be breeding librarians. Once you have baby villagers beginning to flow, move them one at a time into your villager trading station. If you'd like a tutorial on how to make a simple trading station, I will link one below. And just a side note, try not to get motion sickness while watching it. Your goal is to get mending. Place a lectern down in front of the villager and check if it's a worthwhile trade. If it's not, kill them. If they are, then enclose them permanently, rinse and repeat. Alright, now make sure that while you're continuing with this process, you are continuing to also harvest your wheat and expanding upon your farm if you found potatoes or carrots. Make sure that you also continue to breed your cows, make more chickens with the eggs, as well as inside of the actual chicken and cow farm, you can breed those chickens with seeds and continue to grind villagers. Now, while I have your attention, I would just like to give a shout out to Mike Hanson for being my patron to my channel for the past 8 months. Mike, thank you so much, and I appreciate the support. If you also would like to become a patron or member, make sure to check out the description or my channel's join button. However, that is going to wrap it up for this video today. If you would like to see a part 3 or even this into a little mini series, please let me know below. I had a lot of fun making this video as usual, and I hope that you guys all enjoyed. Make sure to join the Discord server if you have not already, because in all honesty, it can be very fun sometimes. But with all that being said, I have been Grim, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.